Hey, it's me. I'm back. Drum roll, please. Right. Once again, why do I always start off? I'm itching on the top of my head. Oh, I don't know. Oh, anyway. It's gone right. Oh, it just feels as if someone's walked over my grave. Right. First of all, big thanks for everyone who has left nice words about what I've done over the last video. I'm back. I'm now going to do a video using Debs's work from DKERKHOF. I'll put the thing there. I always get the name wrong, and I'm sorry, Debs. I don't mean to. Please don't beat me up in the playground. No. So if I'll put the links and everything, and obviously the name and everything's going to be there, but it's Debs's work. I'm going to be doing one of these. Ding. I'm going to be doing another canvas. This time it's inspired by one piece of her artwork that Debs has done, and that is the SteamPunk Mermaids. I think fabulous. So I'm going to be using one of them to do the main focus bit, and once again I'm going to go onto the computer and I'm going to show you sort of a little overview of what kind of imagery we're talking about, and then I'm also got on this project I want to use my Cricut. Now that Cricut have finally got their act together and you can bring in your own artwork, it's opened up a whole new big box. I mean, I was Cricut's worst sort of advocate. I mean, I hate, even though I had the machine, I hate it. For the simple reason they wouldn't let me do what I wanted to do. It's very much like iTunes. It's there, you do it what they say you do it, and you can't do it any other way. That's why I don't like iTunes and I don't like Apple. The house is an Apple-free zone. I mean, this is what I can't understand. Here, quick rant. From what I've read, Apple has, was it 40% of the market? The other 60, it could be more, is Android. Yet why does everybody focus on the Apple? Why does everybody focus on that piece of machine that will not let you do anything that you want to do, play what records that you have unless you have bought? Oh, don't get me going. Right, end of rant. Sorry, no, end of rant. I don't like, as you can tell. Oh, now then, I've got to tell me. I'm honest. I will say that I'll tell the truth. I have not been kind to Mr. TH. I feel that some of his stuff is overpriced. I think it's stuff that you can get from, if you looked around, from other sources, i.e. your local DIY store. But leans forward, I have actually bought something of his, and when I looked at it, I thought, yay, these could be interesting. And plus they were on sale. It's these, the photo booth ones. I mean, I don't know whether, once again, it's somebody else's photograph that's being used. It's somebody else's imagery, so that I might do a project and somebody say, "Hey, that's my great grandmother. Where did you get that from?" So I don't know how they sourced these, but anyway, I bought them. They're actually on card. There is 30 strips in total. So, but anyway, I just say I bought them. So I'm looking forward to. I don't know whether I can snip them up and use them, or use them as strips. Right. What else have I added to the? I said I wasn't going to buy any more. Well, That's gone out the window, I'm telling you. Right, I'll be back in a minute. He says, I'm talking, I promise you I am. I'm talking. I bought some dies. I think that's it. Yeah, I think it's just these. Oh no, there's not. There's that one, and I think that one. They're new that you've not seen. Right. I've bought. This is from. Oh, I keep cussing the name of Xquizart. It's a. You can't see it in the thing, can you? I put covers. They're all stacked away. It's a collection of leaves and everything. You see? There we go. It's a collection of leaves. So I thought that might be interesting because you can do things with it. Then I also bought. Now these are on sale, so you know me. I love a bargain. I bought that. It's butterflies and there's like 2 parts to it. Then I bought this. Now this I bought for the simple reason. Sorry, you can cut me off. For when I'm doing my cushions, doing my soft furnishings, because it's got a nice size flower. It's nice. It's got a nice start again. Nice size. It's a good job I'm not getting paid for this. And again for the 4th time, nice size leaves, and they're quite simple. So then this is that. I bought this. It's a big die. It's one for for when I'm doing when I'm doing cushions and everything. It cuts everything out. I've also bought the. I'm trying to get hold of the rectangle one as well. Because there is a large rectangle one that I would like. It's on the Xquizart sites, but unfortunately it's not in their stock, and they say go to your local retail. Well, here in the UK we don't have many. I do. When I go to America, and I'm going next year, yay. I love going into Michael's. I mean, I know you guys like take it for granted, but when you've not got it here and all you've got is a thing called HC, well, it's not, they're just abbreviated, because I won't give them credit because they employ someone I don't like. Oh no, they employ a very nasty person. So I don't. So I can go in there and I just love it, and I can spend hours there because when you've not got it, you enjoy it. And I suppose if I lived in America, I'd take it for granted that I can always just go there and it can be done. Anyway, by the by. So I don't think there's anything else. He's looking round. I don't think I've bought anything else to interest you in. I bought some paints. Some. Well, let me get them. Now I collect these. They're Americana version, and they're the DKERKHOF ones. Now, because one's a glitter, and then I get the non-glitter one version as well, and then so I've got the blue, I've got the red, I've got the purple, the neon green, the neon blue, the neon orange, the neon pink, and the neon yellow. So I'm slowly getting the collection together because hello, ding. Because as you know, I do this off my own bat. Nobody gives me anything to do it apart from the digital imagery. Nobody else. I don't get. Nobody gives me. I'm quite open, as you know. That's it. I'm very easy to get on with. I'm cheap. I think that's all really. I'm just trying to find. It's been quite. Joe, if you stood there, you'd have to wear a raincoat and spitting. It's been a quiet week. Last week it was a quiet week, and then I had a friend over over the weekend who I've not seen for a while, so that was nice, sort of, you know, because as you know, with what's going on in my life, like, when I get friends, when they visit, they actually then make me go out of the house, and I do things, so I'm very grateful for them for that. So yeah, so we had pizza on Saturday, and we watched a couple of episodes of American Horror. It was the house one. Oh, spooky. Ooh, I checked under the bed, you know, to make sure, and there's no latex man running around in this house, I'm telling you. What else? He says singing. Oh yes, I finally bought one. I finally bought one of these, and one of them. You know, for doing your, because you can spend hours doing your dies, especially ones that are fiddly ones. So, yeah, I finally got round to buying one. I did get another one, but hang on, where is it? I've not quite taken to it, but the other one's got lots of tools, lots of little bits and everything, so it's handy. The other one, but this is good. I do like this one. What else? What else have I been up to? He says, shouting across the. Well, I forgot all about these. I should really put these away. So that's it, really. So I'm now going to, after we've spent 20 minutes of whittling on, and then you're totally bored out, you know. Oh, excuse me. And you're totally bored silly. So quick recap. I'm doing a steampunk mermaid inspired digital image. I think I might have it. So this is the one that's inspired me. Talk amongst yourselves, please. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll get round to it. I thought I had it. Where has it gone? Do you know, I'm sure I had it printed out and it was ready for being used. Used it, did it? Do you know, my filing system, if anybody out there's a good file list, then let me know, will you? Because I mean, I don't know why I put all these lot together when, excuse me, I'm just going down to the cellar and I'm back again. Do you know, I thought I thought that I already got a printout of what I was going to use. Oh, isn't it? It's maddening when you have a tidy up, isn't it? And you don't know where anything is. Hang on, just 1, 2, 2. Just go get a cup of tea, and then come back. I promise I won't go anywhere. These are some of hers, but they're not what I'm using. Some of Debs's papers. Remember these from the last one? I don't know what I've done with it. I honestly don't know what I have done with the Mermaid, because I thought it was going to save me from having to print it out. I do apologise. I am sorry. Nothing to show you. Okay, right. Sorry. No, can't find it. It's gone. Disappeared. So, right, I'm going to put them there before I damage them. But it's not. I'll tip everything over there. Oh, I'm not very good at stacking. I'd never be good at it if I worked in a shop. I'd have everything everywhere. Apart from my OCD when I'm hoovering, I've got this one carpet that when I'm hoovering, I've got to see the lines in it. And I get very OCD about it if I can't see the lines. Right, okay, fine, I'm going. Right, before I witter on it and I bore you to tears. Well, I probably have already bored you to tears, but... Right, I'm going to go there, I'm going to go over to the computer, we're going to do the other bit, see it and then talk it and think, right, okay, if you understand what I said, answers please on a postcard too, under there. Right, ta-ra for now. Right, I'm back again. Now then, I saved all my program, all my images. So I'm now ready to bring them into Cricket. Now, as you know now, Cricket is online, which that's the kind of downside. If you have kind of a bad connection, then it can be a bit of a downer. Right, so I'm just going to go to upload image, browse, and this is where I've saved them. So I'm going to start with that one, SteamPunk 4, open. Now this, I am impressed with this side of Cricket, what they've done. It's just a simple image. I'm quite happy with that, so continue. Now I want to save it as just a cut image. I don't want to print it. So SteamPunk 4, save. And there we are. That is how you just bring something into Cricket. Or you could bring it into right, let's just close this down for a moment and let's just go to Silhouette Studio and we will see how we can work with that. Now, it will take a while because I've got something like 2,000 fonts on my hard drive. So it does tend to take a while booting up. So let's have a look. What can we do while we're yapping away? I'll tell you what, while that's loading up, I'll just show you a little bit more of Deb's work. Now, as I say, I really do like her dolls. Now, the art dolls, I think they are brilliant. Some of them are a little girly, and then you get your outfits with, and some of them are really sort of high-end fashion. So you then, things like, you got this one. Then you got her without the hat. Again, without the two suitcases, without the suitcases at all. And then again, without the hat. So, right. We're nearly there. So, let me just show you what the latest collection is. I'm just going to have to double check what the name is. Right, it's the Sugar Skull. So let's go back and let's just go back to Sugar Skull. Where are we there? Snowflake, shades of grey, rusty. Right, start of here. And then we're bound to bump into them. Snowflake. Oh, right, here we are. These are the latest art dolls that Debs has got for us. So I'll just go through with them. That's very pretty. So you got the doll, and then you got without. Okay, right, let's just close this down. Got here now then, let's go. Import to library. Computer. I hope this works. It's looking like it's going to. Fingers crossed. I wonder if I can import 2 or 3. No, I can only import the 1. Okay. Import. There we go. Bring it onto here. Come on. Then let's just enlarge it. I think with this one you have to control, hold, that's it. You have to hold the shift key for this. And then we just go to the trace window. Right, let's click off that, go to the trace window. Select area. trace, 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 trace outer edge because we don't need to go in the middle, and then that's it. So we can really get rid of that. We can then fill it. Line, colour, shadow. Where's the fill? There, the bucket. It would be, wouldn't it? And put the bucket. Right. That is now ready for cutting. So we now just need to. It's as simple as that. So that's how you do it in Silhouette Studio. So let me just close this down. Do you want to save changes? No. Okay. Right. So that's how we bring it into Minecraft Studio. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring all the... Well, I've started already. I'm going to bring them all in so that I can then bring them in and then print out some of the papers and then cut them. So that's going to be the next project. And I shall show you what they're like when I've finished that. So... bye for now. Hi, it's me. I'm back again, and fingers crossed I've actually got the microphone volume up to speed, and there's not a dip in the between the two. The introduction. Anyway, I'm going on. Right, I'm doing a video this time. As I say, we're doing the Mermaid SteamPunk 10-inch canvas, and I'm using digital images from Debs at DKERKHOF Studios. Now, I know I've said that wrong. I really have. And I do apologise to Debs. Please, 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 as I say, don't beat me up in the playground. I'll put all the links and everything below so that you can go and have a look at the works. But a quick tour about what we're doing. Now, what I've done is I've selected some imagery from some of Debs' work. Now, I'm not quite sure which of them are now. I have a feeling that this or this... either of these two, if I can just find them, will be my main images. I'm leaning more towards this one, but we shall see. Now, what I've done is that I would like to use my Cricut. Can you see these here? These ones here. That one, that one. Sorry, no, that one, that one, that one, and that one. I'd like to be able to digitally cut, and I'd like to be able to cut from some of these papers that Debs has done. So I'm thinking about it, and I'm wondering what we can do. Now, I have a program that's... let me just go back so I don't just... I have a program... oh, and I've also going to use some of my bits that I've collected, just to show you don't just have to do... think you can mix and match. You can use your old stuff. Don't think that you can't. You can. So, let's close this down. I have a program called Make the Cut. Now, I don't know if you can get a freebie. I'm not sure. But most of the programs will do an outline, I think. But I went into Cricut, and you can import the JPEG or the PNG to Cricut, but I didn't quite like how it gave me. So I'm going to use Make the Cut. Now, once again, all these show there is loads and loads and loads and loads and loads and loads of videos on YouTube that show you how to do things. I'm just using this program at this moment. I can cut with my Silhouette. So if I wanted to cut straight from here, I can. So I'm just going to go to for tracing. Then I'm going to scroll down, and I am looking for that one. So I just click open. Right, here we go. This is where the fun begins. It's imported, and that's all the colours. Now, if I'm looking at that one, no, it's not the same one. Good. So I'm clicking import. Do I want to continue tracing? No, I don't. Finished. Blah, 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 blah. Finish. Now, where are you? There you are. We're here. Is that the same one? No, it's not. Right. With this program, I don't know a lot about it. I'm not, I don't use it a lot, so bear with me. All I do know is that you have to click, that is for, you know, twisting it, turning it upside down. That is for moving, and this one is for resizing. Now, bear with me. I don't know if I can just, yeah. You can resize it, and you don't have to hold anything with you. So it's not like the other program when we had to use the click on control and drag. We don't have to with this. I'm just using my left mouse button to move it up and down. Right, so we've got that there. Right, let's just click on it. I then want to go to, I'm now right clicked to Shape Magic, and I want to black out, I think. Yes, there we are. So it's got rid of all the bits in the middle. So we now have this image. Now, when I transfer this, or when I save it as an SVG or PNG or whatever this program will let me do, I've now got this cutting path here. Now, I've just used my finger to go all the way around the red bits, as if you could see what I was doing. Duh. So, anyway, I'm now going to go change colour, select colour, and black. That's just so I can see what I'm doing. Now, you may see all these little bits in here. I'll just show you. These are the ones that I've done previously. So, if I start there, I've got the two sort of seaweedies, and I'm just going to bring that down a little bit so I can see. I've got a thicker one, which was there. Now, I did have a little bit of problem with this one, which I don't know if I can go through it with you, because I don't know if everybody has a electronic die cutting machine. So I don't want to spend 20 minutes going through something that is totally irrelevant to somebody. So if you leave a comment at the bottom of the video comment thing and say, hey Alan, show us how you did that fern, that seaweed, I will. It's a quick little 10-minute project, but I don't want to go through things with you now. So what I'm going to do now is, you can see here, I'm just going to close these layers down, just so I don't get confused. I'm going to highlight that one, and then I go File. I think I have to export it, and I'm going to export it to SVG file. Click on that. Project ideas, let's go to there, and we will call this Seaweed 1. And that's a SVG, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, I don't know why I keep saying blah, 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 but hey. So, I'm going to save it. Successfully exported. Okay. Right, let's close this one down. And then we will now export this one. File, export to SVG, blah, Seaweed 02. Right, okay, right. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to save all the others. You don't want to save me saving these. And then we will then move on to the next segment. Okay, right. I'll see you in a minute.
Hello, I'm back. Right, I've gone forward a bit. As you can see, we're now on the table for working. I've got a few things sorted out. So I'll just, first of all, I'll catch up with what I've done, with what I've printed. Now, let me just get these all out of the way. I wasn't quite sure how I was going to do the canvas. I had this idea that maybe I just did, that this bit. So it's more like a portrait than a canvas. But I've got my other bits here, which I'm thinking about. These were when we printed out the first ones I did. I've got some papers which I printed out. I've also got, remember from the last project we did for then that's this paper, that's an old paper. I've got some, that's old. But I've also printed out these the new elements because I wasn't quite sure. Am I going to do a collage with a project with the three? Oops, let me just. I think with the three mermaids on, and I seem to have missed one. Or am I going to start using it now? These are going to be done with on the computer. I'm going to cut out some images. Now, what I have done, if I can find it, bear with me a minute, is that here we go. I've actually built up the images on the computer. Let me just focus in a bit so that I can show you. Can you see I've put the wings on, and I built this up here so she looks like she's sat on something. I'll cut that out. Now don't forget, we don't cut close to the edge. We use our grey pen just to blend the edges. And then with this one I've just put some butterfly wings. So I'm kind of torn as to how I am going to go ahead with this. So let me just get this in frame. So I'm not too sure yet. So thinking caps on for that one. However, what I have been doing, drum roll please, da 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 da, I've started on the backing. Now I do apologise if this does not look straight because I'm having problems with my cam, and I keep putting it in a position that it just drops like that. So I've done the background, and I've just thrown some images out of a book. I've just thrown that down. So before I work on it and we put some paint down, I just want to give it a, this might not be good enough, that one. That's that one that's a bit stronger. This one. These are you get them from the DIY stores. They're washable. These. When they get too clogged up, you just wash them. Because I've layered them, there's some ridges, and I just want to take the ridges out a little bit. And as you can see, I am dirtying it a bit, but I have taken some of the bigger ridges out so that when I layer on this, they're not going to be so pronounced. So that's that. Let's just give it a wipe with a baby wipe. This only just cleans the surface, but also adds a bit of water to the surface, to our main surface. Right, substrate. So let's just do this. Can you see how I've? Oh. There we go. Now, let's get that in place. This has fallen, hasn't it? I am sorry. See, because that's where I want you to be. Yeah, there. That's. Don't touch it, Alan. Leave it. Leave it. Right. Paints. As you know, I do things on the cheap. Well, these are all paints from when I went to the paint store, DIY store, and bought them. I wasn't quite sure what I was going to be using. I've got a whole box full of them. Don't buy them if they're normal price. Only buy them if they are vastly reduced. Like this one. This one was from £3.99. That's pounds down to 59p. So that's what you call a bargain. And they will tend to get, because I've not used them, they'll tend to get a bit gooey inside. I'll show you. And don't forget, paint on fingers, wipe them onto your cotton cloth, because we can then use this when we want to do some sewing or something, like I did with the other figure, the other picture. Ooh. Right, let's just get some water down. and prepare our brush. Right, we're doing a water scene, so I think we need to have a bit of blue. This is just an old lollipop stick that I washed. Oh, don't forget, they've been washed. They're not. I don't want all of the, the wording to be covered with the paint, and I don't want it to be. It's moving around a lot. It's because it's not going to fit craft paint. It's a lot more heavier and it's a lot thicker than your normal crafting paint. So let's put that there like that. I then want to put another band there. So let's go with this one. This was a stirrer from a coffee shop. And let's just mix this here. Now this is covering a lot better. Now it may look thicker, but we have a cunning plan. And then we're going at the top with something light, which I think will be, that's a bit too white. I think we will go with this one, and that is a bit too close to that, so we will go with the original one. As you can see, this one tends to be a bit more, this was a bit more gloopier, if there ever such a word. And then let's just, because this has got quite a lot of paint on, I don't want to take it all off, but we just want to take some of it off, because I just want to get the sides done, get most of it on before I start manipulating it around. Have we got tops and bottoms, all the edges done? Yep, right. This is where the fun starts. Let's just add some water. And you're going to get your hands dirty here, so. Now, if you think you're losing some, just don't be scared. Use the baby wipe as your brush. And bring it down. There we go. And then just pounce. This not only picks up some of the colour from the bottom that you're using here, but don't forget we can also use these when they're dry. We just dry them out. They then will become a little bit, stiff, that you can then go through your cutting machine, and you can make flowers or whatever you want to make out of them. Right, so let's have a look. There you go. I think I'm okay. Right, what I'm going to do here now is that grubby hands. So over to my cloth, and I just scrub them clean, throw it away. I want a bit more light up here, so I'm going to use get this out. Right, I'm just going to just pouncing again on these because I don't want it to. There we go. And then let's just take our and then just make it. There we go. I think I'm happy with that. There we go, I am happy with that. So it's not taking us too long, and we have a background ready for our project. So I'm going to pause it now after I've cleaned my hands and I press the button on the cam, and then we'll get ready for the next stage. Okay, so ta-ra for now. It's me. Right, just a quick catch up because I've got things to do and I want to sort of show you where we're doing and what we're doing and how we're doing it, why we're doing it and everything else. Oh, before I have a quick little... Alright, no, I'll do that in the next video. Right. This is the finished, the backing. As you can see, I've done the three layers of colour graduating. Then I wanted to, the edges didn't quite look right, so I took a blue and then I just rounded it. Then I took our favourite implement, the baby wipe, and then what I did, I just smudged it with the baby wipe, giving it this soft edge. So that's that. Now, do you remember, in fact, let me see if I can get something, here we go. See if I can get back without dropping everything and find a white page so that we can see what we're doing. Right, I'll put that there for the time being. Do you remember that we showed you in the video how to do, we were doing a file so that we could go to our Crickets and our other machines that do the digital die cutting so that we could cut some things. Well, this is what I've done. I've cut them out of the the papers that you printed off, and also you can weld them together so that you get the two together. So I just thought they were, some of them I took off and I was a little bit haphazard with them and I've kind of ripped them a little bit, but I've not thrown anything away. I've kept them so that I can build up a picture. See, I ripped that one there and that one there, but I've still got hold of them. And then here's another one that I did, that I welded two together. There. Again, I've missed it where I put on the page, so that is going to be the edge. So if you can imagine, that's the edge. So yeah, I'm really pleased with the way things have just by using it, so that we're not just using what Debs has designed for us. We've now taken it into our machine and we've we've changed things and we've moved things around. So now then, I've been in a quandary. Now, a quandary. Do you know I said that, let me get rid of this, that I wasn't quite sure how I was going to do the art doll? Well, I had a look and I thought, yeah, and I've plumped for the head, just the head going on. So I cut the head out, and this is going to be the size of her. However, I didn't like the way that this was looking at the back, the hair. It looked wishy-washy. So, because remember, that was one option we had, and then that was the other option that we had, the one that we built in the program. And I thought,
I don't like the way that, and I've also missed a bit off here. So what I've done is that I've gone back into my program and I've played around with it and I've added things. Now this is all done with the layers, so you can do it in most programs, and I have some programs that will do hair. So what I've done is that I've given her a lot of, I've added more volume to the hair than Deb's did. So, because that way when I cut it out, it's going to look a lot easier. Because if you can see here, I can show you. No, I can't really show you. Yes, I can. Here, I've done a lot of cutting out here. Hang on, let me get forward. If you can see, I've done quite a bit of cutting out, and somehow it just didn't. It wasn't laying right, because with the blue, because I've tried to match in the blue here, so that when it sits like that. It wasn't quite laying how I wanted it to lay, and from afar it kind of looked a bit ugh. So I've taken a bit of liberty working in digital. You can do this, you see, working in digital. You can take an image and you can amend it and make it your own. And what I've also done is that, can you see how I've built this up here with some of my own bits and pieces that I've got now, because that was the original, can you see here, and I've added this. Now I was going to do a tutorial on Photoshop on how I did this to this, but I thought, well, it's not really part of this project, so if you want me to show you, then I will do a little quick tutorial, a video on how we went from, let's just say, how we went from that to that. I'm prepared to do that at a later date. So this is what it is. Now I put this through my old trusty Xquizart, and it's now backed on some cards. So I'm now going to arm myself with a brand new blade in my, I'm going to give my scalpel its birthday and cut this out. And I'm also going to start, I've also cut out my fishies and my starfishies and my seahorses. I know they're not called seahorses, but you know, fishies and seas. Anyway, I just went in the flow. So what I'll do is that I'll build up the sides with the foliage, come back, show you what I've done, and then we'll start adding the sort of build up the sides, and I'll do that live. So what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to shut down now, and I'm going to build up the edges, and I'll then come back. So ta-ra for now. It's me again. Right, I think we've nearly finished. Drum roll please as I pull back. There we are. This is the background. I've put them through. I've added me few little fishies, and these with my 3/8 hole punch. Out of them go then but the little balls that do. It's just a few bubbles. I've left some of these corners standing up because that gives it a little bit of depth underneath. So all in all, I'm very pleased with that. So all we've got to do now is secure our main feature. Now with this, I put it through my Xquizart, then I mounted it on some card that you get through the online shopping, you know, from that beginning of the day. Don't throw your envelopes away, they are brilliant for backing, they're strong. And then I've used some, I wanted to give it a bit of extra depth. So do you remember that foam that you get in packaging sometimes? Don't throw it away, keep it, because that makes perfect, you know, for when you want to raise things up. And this glue is the best glue ever. Now don't use it for your normal stuff, but I would use this if you want to secure anything onto paper, i.e. something like this. I mean, oops, let me get this off. The background, I've just used my common, you know, my normal glue. But when it comes to sticking something that you want to stay stuck, this is perfect. And it doesn't take a lot. So
let's just get bits on, and it's very, very tacky. As you can see, you don't really need a lot. And then let's get this on, and I'm already starting to plan the next project, which I hope to have underway later on today. So I'll put the lid on in a minute. So let's decide where we're going to go, and I think there. So there you are, there you have it. That's our project that we've done with using up a canvas, using up some imagery from Debs. I will put all the links under the video itself, so you know, have fun, enjoy it, and just to show you that, like I said, I've added extra hair. If you want me to go through a tutorial about that, then I'm more than willing to go through it. It's very simple because you can download things that will help you. There's also tutorials, and if there's anything like you see on the project today, leave a message, give me a thumbs up, and you know, just you know, please speak. You know, if you need to know something, ask. Don't be shy, because then don't think it's a stupid question, because I've asked hundreds of what I thought people thought stupid questions, but they were too scared to ask. So you ask, and you be brave. Right, there you go, that's it. I'm now going to go and take a photograph of it when it dries, and I'm going to get it uploaded today. So thanks very much indeed, hope you enjoyed it, and I shall get ready for the next one. Bye bye.